There's now a machine that can tell you exactly how to fix it. Courtney Dempsey is checking it out right now. Hey, Court.
Hey, good morning, guys. Okay, right there in Patrick's hands. It's called Symmetry. This is Patrick Mummy. Good morning to you, Patrick.
Good morning.
And this is Scott Zenner, Scott Holcomb, rather, our photographer. And you're probably wondering, why is Court holding the camera and shooting this exceptionally tall photographer? Because this guy right here has horrific posture problems. Why? Because he's a photographer and he carries around this camera that I have on my shoulders. Today, it's about 25 pounds. Back in the day, they were like 30, 35 pounds. So you can imagine how much damage has been done to Scott's
Plus, he's
back.
9'2".
Plus, he's 9'2". Exactly. So, Patrick, what's the idea behind Symmetry, and what does this little gadget do?
Well, Symmetry is a physics-based program that addresses the whole body.
Okay.
Rather than taking a look at parts and symptoms, we actually look at the body as a structure. And so this device that I created, it's called a Postural assessment tool, actually measures certain landmarks of the body, like hip elevation, angle disparity, rotation, any type of offset or misalignment that the body's showing.
Okay.
And so it puts a quantification to the body so that I can put the numbers into my software and it spits out a specific set of exercises to correct those problems.
Okay, well, let's figure out what's wrong with Scott.
All
I mean,
right,
you know,
so
Scott, not that there's anything hugely wrong with you, but...
So the first thing we're just going to measure here is Scott's iliac crest, which is the top part of his pelvis here.
Okay.
And you can see how high this hip is versus that one.
Yeah.
So you look at my little device right there, and it's hovering right around 8 degrees, 8.5 degrees on his left hip.
Okay.
So for that specific problem, there's an exercise that we can correct.
Scott.
So I'm going to have Scott get down on the mat lengthwise here.
Hit the
on your
deck,
back,
Scott.
with your legs bent, just like that. And we're going to do a simple exercise called a crossover stretch. You can take your ankle to your knee like this. Okay? Now, I didn't have you sign anything, so don't come after me. All the way down here, just like that.
That looks like a good
stretch. Arms out to the side.
Yeah.
Stretch.
Now, keep this down here like that. There you go. Now, push this knee towards me. Arms out like this. Look over towards the other side. The idea here is we're working what's called the transverse plane, and all the transverse rotational exercise muscle groups pull the hip up. And a large part of this is due to the fact that Scott's always holding a camera on one side, so it's always lifting the opposite side. So we're going to simply stretch out both sides, and it should release the hip. So I'm going to have you come back out, and we're going to do the other side, because we always do both sides.
Yeah, I know, right?
Take that over.
Now, is it common for one side to be a little bit more flexible than the other? Hello, good morning,
And
sir.
push this away.
Nice.
Yes, because there's always compensation. Compensation starts literally at 8 years old. We just don't know it.
Wow.
Okay, I did a study in San Diego at my daughter's school, and we found that 8-year-olds, second graders, are already showing huge misalignments. And so we take that through our life with our careers and our stress, repetitive stress and injuries, and it just keeps adding up so the body gets more misaligned over the years.
How does that feel, Scott? Feel pretty good?
The idea behind this is to give you the tools to go home and do and correct.
Fantastic.
Okay, rotate back up.
Hey, so
Nice
Scott,
tan line.
how you feeling there, bud?
What's that?
How you feeling?
Good, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, let me have you stand up.
Okay, so now as you've done the exercises and you stand them up and then you go in to measure again, does it actually immediately fix the problem or a little bit?
Here's the top of his hips now.
Oh.
And now he's measuring it 1.5, 2 degrees up on the left hip.
Wow.
So that one exercise took him from 8.5 degrees down to 1.5 degrees.
Wow.
So presumably if he did this every day, at some point he would actually fix his issue.
Well, and that's the goal. The goal is for me to teach you how to fix yourself rather than relying on the practitioner to fix you.
I love it.
So
Scott, come get this thing off my shoulder.
Courtney, you did a
job.
excellent job running camera there. Excellent
Before
job.
I end up like you. This is insane. Okay, so we're going to be here. We're going to stick around for another 30, 45 minutes or so. We're at J and 19th next to the Starbucks and the Noah's Bagels. If you want to come check this out and have the little symmetry done on your body, basically to find out what's wrong with your connector gazoink. We'll hang out. Patrick will try to fix you and give you some exercises and stretches to work it out.
Stretching good. Good for you.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of thing over here by the deal. Okay. All right.
Thanks, Court. Let's go check in with Amy. You're going to look at what's happening with your forecast. Hey.